So for today's video, I'm going to be getting a little bit spooky and talking about an urban legend that I've been really interested in lately. I love watching urban legend videos, and one really hooked me in, and I did a lot of research on it, so I'm going to be telling you all about it today. It's quite popular, so you may or may not have heard it, but it's called the elevator game. Basically, this is a game that will take you into the other world involving paranormal activity and you just entering another world, and then you are meant to return back to our world. You may or may not believe this. I do quite believe in paranormal activity stuff, so I don't know, it just depends on what you think about it. So how to play this game: you will need an elevator in a tall building that is at least 10 stories high, so the elevator has to have 10 buttons to go to 10 different levels, and you must be able to access them all, so one can't be like for staff only and all that. So you enter the building and you don't talk to anyone, and you just call for the elevator, and you must be the only one in the elevator. If there is someone else in there, you must wait until they're gone, and you must always stay with the one elevator you choose. So if there are multiple elevators, make sure you remember that this is the one you are taking. So once you get into the elevator, you must press for the 4th floor, and then once you get to the 4th floor, you must stay in the elevator. Again, if anybody enters, you must go back to the 1st floor and start all over again. So the aim is you must be alone. Once you've got to the 4th floor and no one has entered, stay in the elevator and go to the 2nd floor. And then once again, if no one has entered and you get to the 2nd floor, stay in it and go up to the 6th floor. Then again, stay in it and go down to the 2nd floor, and then to the 10th floor. And now this next floor is going to be really, really spooky. This is where it's all going to start. And you go to the 5th floor. And on the 5th floor, apparently, a young girl is meant to enter the elevator with you. And you are not allowed to look at her or speak to her at all. If you do, she's going to decide to want to keep you in the other world, and you won't be able to get back. So just don't look at her or talk to her. Then you press for the 1st floor. Now, it's not meant to take you to the 1st floor. You just press 1st floor and it should take you to the 10th floor. If it takes you to the 10th floor, then you have successfully entered the other world. If it takes you to the 1st floor and you have not entered the world, also on the 5th floor, if nobody enters the elevator with you and then you press the 1st floor and it takes you to the 1st floor, you're meant to get out of the elevator. Don't look back, walk straight out of the building and straight home, not looking back, not talking or looking at anybody. This is if the girl hasn't entered, or if you just go straight to the 1st floor when you press the 1st floor. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you press the 1st floor, the girl is with you, you press the 1st floor and you go up to the 10th floor, you have entered the other world. Now, you have two options now. You can either get out the elevator and look around, or you can stay in the elevator and go straight back to your world. So if you get out of the elevator, you can have a little look around. Apparently, everything will look like our normal world, but all the lights will be off, and then when you look out the windows, all you'll see is a red cross. Also, apparently from other people explaining it, it is a dark corridor and you cannot see the end. And also a girl called Michaela wrote a post about this, and she said she did walk down the corridor and at the very end was the red cross, but the closer she got to it, the more further away it got. If you step out of the elevator, the girl in the elevator will say to you, "Where are you going?" And then she'll say your name. So me, Claudia, she'll say, "Where are you going, Claudia?" as you walk by. Do not look back at her, do not answer her. You have to ignore her. And if you just decide to look around, apparently the air will feel heavy, you'll feel quite dizzy, it will be hard to remember the code 426 and all that. It'll be hard to remember. So now is the time to go back. Now, if you stayed in the elevator and you didn't go out and explore, you press the 1st floor, and if it doesn't shut the doors and it doesn't go, you must keep pressing the 1st floor button until you go. And then if you get to the 1st floor, just check around if there's other people there, if the lights are on, if it just feels a bit normal, the air isn't heavy anymore and all that. If you had looked around and now you come back towards the elevator, make sure you pick the exact elevator you came on, no different elevator. And now you must repeat all the buttons you started with, so the 4, the 2, the 6, the 2, the 10 and the 5, I think that's it, and then the 1. Yeah, that's it. You must repeat that, and then when you get to the 1, check everything's normal. on both times, whether you stayed in the elevator or left, if the number first floor, like number 1 first floor, doesn't look normal or doesn't feel normal, go up to the 10th floor and start that whole process again. I think the lady is meant to get off at the 5th floor afterwards, so I'm not sure about that bit. I haven't actually found out about that when she gets off, but I'm supposing it's probably the 5th floor. Once you get to the 1st floor, walk out of the elevator, out of the whole building. Do not look out at anybody, don't talk to anybody, don't look back at the elevator, walk straight home, and you should just arrive back home. And that way, if you successfully get home and it is your world, then you can never be taken back to that world again, apparently. Also, if you happen to faint or pass out in the other world on the 10th floor, then apparently you will wake up in your bed at home, but it may not be our world. It may not be your house. So you must go back to the elevator and start it. It's really, really, really confusing and really hard. Yeah, I have read about this, and a girl called Michaela, as I said, have wrote a post about this. Apparently she does all these types of games and that. And she said ever since she ran home once she got to the 1st floor, but apparently it wasn't her house, and she watched a movie and then she like passed out about like 7 o'clock. And then she was like on her couch apparently, and she woke up in the corridor of her house and it didn't feel like her house, so she had to go back and start again. And apparently ever since then she hasn't slept very well, and she feels like there's someone constantly watching her. I don't think she's done it right or something. She just is very freaked out. Now, apparently electronics don't work. Some people say they do, but I don't think they do, because I have watched a lot of videos where people are filming themselves trying out this game, but it hasn't actually worked. Like, none of the videos I've watched have worked, and I think that's either because it's not real or because electronics don't work. So this is just a regular game. I don't see the point, rather than I think more people do it pure to curiosity. I am very curious to find out whether this works, but I'm not going to play it at all because I would not even try. I would have to be with somebody, and that's not the point of the game. So, do you think this is real or not? Comment down below, maybe start a debate with other people. Remember, everyone is entitled to their own opinions. Just please don't start arguments, just a debate. If you think it's real, tell me. If you don't think it's real, tell me why you don't think it's real. I think it's quite real. I believe in a lot of stuff like this. But remember, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. So I enjoyed filming this video, and I have found out a lot more about urban legends. And so if you want me to talk to you more about other videos, then give this video a big thumbs up and I will definitely tell you some more. A little shout out to Kenny K. I don't know how to say her name. She's a YouTuber, and she originally, I don't think she's the first, I'm not sure, but this is the video I watched where I found out about this, so I'm just gonna give her video a bit of a shout out. She did 2 story urban legends in one video. She did the elevator game, and then she did hide and seek alone. I can talk to you guys about that, or I can link her video in the description. So this is the video I watched where I found out about this, and then I went and did research. So I'm just giving her a little heads up and a little shout out there. Thank you for staying till the end. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you found it a little bit interesting. I found it really interesting. Subscribe right down below if you have not subscribed already. So sorry about the lighting in this video. I know a few of my videos, I work with natural lighting in front of a window right here, and the sun goes in and out all the time. I do want to eventually some point get some studio lights, and then my lighting will be better. But for the minute, we just got to work with the sun and the clouds. But I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!